Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we, at the very tail end of last episode, got this modern tank brigade. Fantastic, let's send them on out. And we are currently working on a number of peacetime projects here. The big war is over. There is a Cold War with the Allies in our future, most likely. So we're going to want to do something about that. We're not necessarily in the absolutely best position to take on the Allies at this time, and we want to deal with that. Our first priority is maxing out all of our infrastructure. That is our absolute top priority at this time, because we want to get as many resources as possible. Now, this is going to be... We're definitely going to get the aluminum and tungsten that we need. There's no doubt about that. Are we currently trading for any aluminum or tungsten? Let's see here. No, the only things we're currently importing is some steel and some chromium. Okay. That's fine. We're going to put a dent in this chromium number. I have a feeling we're going to be nowhere near what we need for steel. We need so much steel. It's insane. Absolutely bonkers. That said, if we back off on our tank production, that would help us a lot. Now, we're not in a position to do that at this exact moment. We want to continue doing a lot of tank production. Oh, and we can recruit another operative in 3 days. That's a big deal for us. That is absolutely something that we want to do. Because we're currently working on rooting out resistance, and we're currently also working on boosting fascism in the Argentine Republic, and that's okay. We're going to recruit this operative slot here in 1 day, and now the operative is available. So, what do we have here? We have this guy who has Safecracker. We have this guy who's a seducer and an escape artist. We have a double agent and a linguist available, and a commando and an infiltrator. So I feel like the infiltrator is the important thing here. So we're going to have this guy immediately begin work on building an intel network to infiltrate in the United States. Excellent. So he's going to do that, and we're going to hope that we get a couple more slots over there. Ah, these guys are going to be helpful in filling out this army. Fantastic. Now we need one fewer of our own units, which is great because our manpower is garbage after the big war. We did take a lot of territory and we got a lot of resources out of it. Unfortunately, we didn't get to keep all of South America. We really would have liked it. We're going to try to negotiate with these guys. That's going to be our goal here. I do want to check here. Generated world tension is down to 73 now. That's amazing. At this rate, the Allies aren't going to declare war on us. Oh, hello. You can hop in over here. Fantastic. That's another unit that we don't need to recruit. We're very happy about that. So we are continuing our training on 7 modern tank brigades, and we're also training up 5 garrison divisions. Now, each of these is only going to recruit the one time. So that's fine. We're not too concerned about it. And this is the reason why we're pumping out tanks so heavily right now. To the exclusion of all else, in fact. All else. Which isn't necessarily a great thing, but there we go. Norway is capitulating. Yeah, it was puppeted. That's fine. We were pretty expecting that. They should have joined our faction, but they chose not to. And they chose poorly. Very poorly indeed. So what are these sections that you can create here? That's something I should figure out. What are sections? I guess we'll create the European section. This is local agent recruitment, apparently. Oh, this just allows us to recruit in South America, recruit in Europe, things like that. If that's the case, then I'd rather get the region-wide industrial integration for right now. And we're going to go ahead and grab heavy self-propelled anti-air one. Again, these aren't important technologies to us. We just want to grab them for now. We can deploy our 5 garrison units, and so we shall. These guys will, of course... Oh, all 6 of these, in fact, will move into this army. Fantastic. So they require 74. We're currently at 37, so that's a thing. We still need... We're at exactly half, right? Yeah, we're at exactly half. Okay, that's nice. So we need another 37 units in there, is the answer. And we probably want to split some of the responsibility of this into another army. So let's go ahead and remove these regions here. And then we're going to grab just this army, or rather, just this unit here. And we're going to move them into a new unit, with their goal being to area defend these two. They need 27 divisions to make that happen. We need 59 divisions here. So let's grab some 26 divisions. We'll grab basically all of our foreign troops. And we'll also grab some of these guys. So we need 26 in total. That's 17 there. Oh, that's really awkward. I don't know why this is going back to the top, but that's really, really annoying. I would rather it didn't. Okay, so that's 26 there. That puts us at 59, which is what is required, and 27, which is what is required. Now, the reason I did that is because once they have a leader, their cap is 72. Similarly, over here, these guys have 74. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to remove these regions from this prime responsibility. Now they only need 48 here, and we're going to grab this guy here, and he is, of course, going to defend these regions here. So now they require 26. So we need to move 25 units from here, and that is definitely something that we can do. I wish you could click and drag to multi-select these guys in this window without selecting them necessarily out here. I mean, it would be fine to select them out here, I suppose, but yeah, we'll just do this for now. We need 26. Okay, there we go. So this guy over here, he needs an additional 38. Okay, so let's just go through these and make sure that these are all solid. 65, 26. Of course, this one needs more. 59, correct. 29, correct. 27, correct. 26. This one only needs 26. So we can move one unit over to here. There we go. I thought that math seemed a little odd. Okay, so off we go. We are actually moving incredibly quickly with all of that infrastructure over there. That's great. We are very, very happy about this, of course. There we go. So we are proceeding forward. We're low on manpower right now. We knew this would be the case. Hopefully this will get slightly better once we're no longer recruiting modern tank brigades, but we're still going to be falling behind, I think. How much manpower does each of these garrison units cost? 11,500. And we're producing 5 every roughly 20 days right now. So we're going to be going negative with that. Definitely. Absolutely. Because we're only regenerating 15k per month. So we're consuming about 55k, actually call it like 70k per month here, while regenerating about 15k. That's not a recipe for a sustainable manpower pool, and I'm aware of this. Luckily, we are getting close to having our Coast Guard filled out. So that's wonderful. Our diplomatic training has finished up here, and we are going to go ahead and work on psychological warfare next. Wonderful. How is our supply over here looking? It's a little better, but we still need to work on this infrastructure over here. Yeah, we're actively working on those, and those should improve. So that's great. Lots of infrastructure to be built here. And how are we doing on our resources here? We've gone backwards on the steel. Okay. That's fantastic. And by that, I mean the other thing. It's not fantastic. We still have majority military factories, and that's one of the reasons why we're prioritizing civilian factories quite hard. So that's great. Our stability is very, very positive right now. And that's also really good for dealing with our resistance out here. So we can go ahead and grab ourselves, at this point, light tank 2s. These are, of course, not challenging to grab. Not challenging in the slightest. We also need to think about supply throughput to each of these locations. This one here is particularly rough in terms of supply throughput because it's landlocked. This up here, though, not so bad. One thing we probably should do is go through and upgrade any extant naval bases in these regions up to level 10. This is a low priority activity, but it will be important later. So we'll just queue these up. And any extant naval bases. Do we have any over here? We actually do. So we can upgrade that. The US just canceled their non-aggression pact with us. We are not fans of this. We are not fans of this at all. Do we have any up here that we need to get? Yep, one there. And not that. That. There we go. We're only upgrading bases. We're not building new ones. And those are low priority. Okay, US, let's take a look at you. What do you got going on over here? This is naval map mode. US, what do you got going on here? Now, they have a positive opinion of us. They would currently not accept a non-aggression pact, but only minus 18 opinion, or minus 18 reasons. And that's mostly base reluctance. Fascinating. Now, I don't think it's worth going to improve relations with them again just yet. Let's check on the UK. We captured a Japanese operative. Okay. Plus 31 here. Okay. We're just chilling. The independent state of Croatia declared war on the Republic of Croatia. Well, that's awkward for them. Okay, so what's going on over here? That's really awkward for them because there's a Yugoslavia between them. Okay. That's very awkward indeed. Wonderful. So our domestic steel production, we should really be looking at our domestic production, not so much at our actual deficit here. Our current extraction is 542 steel. That's actually really, really good. Fantastic. We're also working on annexing Greater Hungary over here. This is something that we very much want to do. They are part of our faction, so we're not in a huge rush on it. I think we're going to avoid the region-wide industrial integration right now, and we are instead... Oh my, this is air mode. I'm not sure why this is air mode. And it's very laggy all of a sudden. Are the Allies involved in this awkward war? Actually, yes. This is a civil war, and the Allies are involved. So that explains why it's so laggy. Who can we invite in? We'll find out in a moment. The independent state of Croatia. So these are the guys that are fighting against the Allies, and for the same reasons that we didn't invite Norway in, we're not going to invite these guys in. We are not prepared to fight the Allies. That is not a thing that we can win at this exact moment. We have lots of work to do, and that's okay. We will do that work, and it will be completely fine. You can see here our supply levels are coming in for these modern tank brigades. We do already have all of the manpower allocated for these modern tank brigades. Declined. We don't want them to join our faction. The Argentine Republic, on the other hand, if we can get them fascist in time, would be great. That would be absolutely great. So we are working on our psychological warfare. That does increase our boost ideology mission effects, which is really solid for us, actually. We're very happy about that one. And we're just going to continue working our way through here once that finishes up, which will be great. 5 more days on that one. And we're just building all of the infrastructure. Once we've worked our way through this list, then we're going to start thinking about fortifying our borders if the allies leave us alone for that long. This is very laggy again. Okay, there we go. So yeah, once we've worked our way through this list, it will take a very, very long time to work our way through that list. Let's take a look at our subjects here. Does Iron Wolf Lithuania actually exist now? Are you Iron Wolf Lithuania? Yes, you are. Okay. Do you have any resources? No, you don't. Okay. That's good to know. So we should look at all of these. Nationalist Spain. They are, of course, over here. Do they have resources? They do. They have 2 aluminum. I'm not sure how important that is, but we will want to annex them soon enough. Let's go ahead and get our cryptology department working on that. Fantastic. Ah. Yes, this would be a thing, because our convoys weren't able to get there, were they? Expected at any time. Maybe they will get there. I mean, they're landlocked, so getting convoys there would be awkward, but we'll see. We will see. Okay. So we definitely want to work on Greater Hungary. Let's check Brazilian Panama here. Do these guys have any resources that we care about? I think they have some oil? Something along those lines? Yeah, they have a little bit of oil. It's not the biggest of deals, in all honesty. And Slovakia. What do these guys have? They're over here. Okay, so they end up having 2 tungsten. Okay. So that's not the biggest of deals, but what it would do is it would almost link up these holdings. Almost. There is, however, the Czech Republic and pretty much just the Czech Republic that is very much in our way. Okay, so that's something that we need to think about as well. Is that we actually control almost everything here, but the Czech Republic is cutting us off. So that is something that we definitely need to think about doing something about. So that's completely okay. Kazakhstan, do you have anything that we care about? This is faction map mode. Kazakhstan resource map mode. They have a lot of chromium. And some tungsten and rubber. Okay. Now we technically don't have borders with them. Who we really want to go after is the Russian Federation. There's no doubt about it. That is absolutely who we are very eager to go after. Getting them to leave the Allies would actually be really solid. And I'm going to have this guy start building an intel network here, actually, instead of the US. I don't think, despite them canceling their war, or their non-aggression pact, rather, I don't think they're actually going to attack us just yet. Especially considering that our generated world tension keeps coming down, so their average opinion of us is going up right now. That's fantastic. We're very happy about that, and we're just going to continue to do some behind-the-scenes acts for right now. We're very much in a Cold War phase at this point. Very, very much. So hypothetically, if this guy were to switch to boosting ideology, what progress would he have here? 0 per day. Okay. Good to know. We're just going to leave him doing what he's doing for now. And we're working on upgrading our intelligence agency as well. There's Signal Company 4, sure. And as soon as we get... There it is. As soon as we get that. We technically didn't need the icon there, but that's fine. Paraguay, huh? They're not ready yet. Okay, so we're still working on that light tank there. Let's go ahead and grab super heavies. Fantastic. So that will be fine for right now. Can we deploy these lads again? The answer is yes, of course we can. And so we shall. And these guys will, of course, be tossed into... It was this one. There we go. And they need 48, and we're at 16. So we need 32 more. Okay. So 32... Sure, we'll just leave this as is for now. And yes, our manpower is getting very spicy. There's no doubt about it. We can always just let them go to full training if we really want to. That will help our manpower quite a lot. I'm more interested at this exact moment in getting troops there than having them be well prepared. Now, we can always work on their... See, that's their organization. That's their fighting strength there. You can see here their experience level is currently green, and that's a little bit not great. We can always drill them to get the experience level. That's probably something that we want to have some equipment coming through for, but that's fine. Wait a second. We're exporting steel? We should not be exporting steel. We should absolutely not be exporting steel. Why are we apparently exporting 284 steel? Out of 284 steel, we have 252 left for export. Oh, you know what it is? Resources to market, 50%. We should absolutely do limited exports at this time. That'll cut that in half. Yes. There we go. That's wonderful. We're also going to stop importing any chromium at this time. Yeah, we're going to hurt on the chromium, but that's going to allow us to build so much faster here. That's wonderful. We should, at some point, think about moving into closed economy, although we have to be at war for that. Okay. Good to know. So that's something that we will do once we go back to war. Limited exports is as good as we can do for now. Radio interception group just finished up, and so we are, of course, going to work on the second level of that. Wonderful. That is great. So we are now building much, much faster with our infrastructure. Oh yeah, this is going very quickly indeed. I'm quite pleased with the speed at which we are developing this infrastructure. And the fact that we have cut our exports in half is a very big deal for us as well. Apparently we're exporting steel to the United States. It's awkward. Awkward indeed. But that's okay. We're also exporting some chromium, apparently, also to the United States, mostly. Good to know. Good to know. So many of these modern tank brigades will be finishing up soon. And that's completely fine. We are very, very low on manpower. There's no doubt about it. Now, overall, this takes like 3 months to train if we let it go all the way up. And that might be a good thing to do, because that would give us about, what, 45,000 manpower regeneration over the period of this? So technically, if we did this and only did 4 divisions at once and let it train all the way up, that's basically manpower neutral. So that's good to know. Okay, that's already underway. Apparently we can research medium tank 2 without medium tank 1. That's really awkward. We are not going to do that. We're going to research the heavy tank destroyer. Fantastic. So this is another tank brigade. That, of course, goes into this army. Only 5 units of tanks left to go, and we're still working on the equipment here. How are we doing on our tanks in terms of equipment here? Modern tanks, we're still apparently losing 121 modern tanks per day. I think that's because of our heavy recruitment. And that's okay. We do have a deficit of 20,000 tanks. That's to be expected. And we're going to work on that for quite a long time. We can, at this point, work on that. There we go. Those are nice and quick. We're just going to cruise our way on through. Now, we do have enough manpower here to immediately deploy these, and that's probably a good thing. Mostly because we need those divisions over here quite badly. But we have slowed down our recruitment pretty dramatically, and that's to be expected. We knew that this was going to be a thing. Did our Lend-Lease arrive over here? No legal transport path. Yeah, that's not surprising. That's not surprising at all. So, no, not air mode. So we're going to talk to Greater Hungary over here, and we're just going to cancel the Lend-Lease. So we're going to do this number here. In fact, that button is the one to do. There we go. So we'll deal with them a little bit later on. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to continue with the infrastructure construction. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.